I've come a long way Manfridge. Right when I said that, I was like, British.
It sounds like a superhero. Manfridge.
Can we cuss?
Yeah, we. I don't know. Do you want children to listen to this podcast? I would say that we can cuss.
Do we want to be swearing in today's world?
That's a good question.
I think the F
This is
word
my thinking
the
music.
best word ever.
The F word is pretty cool. Fuck.
I love it. I love that word. Dude, it's got the F, the f, and it's got the C and the K.
Yeah, Gabe's all about the phonetics.
Oh, I love it.
Fuck. You like hard sounds.
Yeah.
It's a conversation, a misery station, late celebration, second resurrection, commiseration.
Welcome to the new signal.
All right. Yeah, our new little adventure.
Talk about your drums while
The band is back together tonight. The band is finally back together. It's been maybe close to a month maybe since we've all been in the same room playing
Are
together.
you serious?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
So who do we have in the room today?
We have Mike,
We have Mike Nourse,
me, Gabe.
Gabe Palomo. So Gabe Palomo is a new to the vocal mic.
Yes.
Yes, Gabe Palomo. And then who do we got over here?
Darren Shepherd.
AKA.
D sharp.
Oh, that's right. I do love that.
And I'm Nat Soti. And
Right. And thank you, Nat, for putting all this together, man. It really means a lot, dude. Putting all the podcasts.
You're the best, Nat.
It's doing all the mixing and the editing and the mastering and just your whole idea of doing this, dude. It really means a lot, dude. Because honestly, we don't have that I don't have that capability. I know Darren and
No, but we're glad to
Mike.
be here to
Mike
help
maybe
perpetuate
he's just lazy.
your opportunity.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to do it alone, so here we are.
Yeah, but thanks, Nat,
Encouraging.
for
That's great.
putting this effort into.
well, I think I've finally gotten to a point where there's a really cool idea that I actually kind of believe in,
Cool.
and so it's worth putting the work into. You know what I'm saying? There's
And
nothing.
what's cool is what we talked
always
about
about
earlier is the fact that I've been listening to the podcast and I listen to what we've done and I'm like, all right, I got to get better at this. I got to work on this for my drumming. I'm like, I got to do this. I got to do that. And now when I come here, I'm like, all right, I got to be more focused, but I still want to improv and still throw little things out there and try things and kind of give it that little chance. But at the same time, okay, Nat's going to have these files. He's going to use them. Who knows? It might make the cut. It might not make the cut. So I love having that in the back of my mind now,
Yeah.
Whereas before, we used to just come here and just throw down and whatever.
Right. Well, now there's a product
Right. So that's pretty cool.
that you are aware of.
Yeah. I dig it, dude.
So right now, if you had to describe this podcast to somebody, how would you describe the new signal? What is this podcast
For me,
for the audience? For
Okay.
why should people listen to this?
To listen to four guys who've known each other for years just grow together. Pretty much it.
It sounds a little boring.
No, that's part of it, man.
It is.
Well, not
greenhouse.
boring in the sense that, Gabe, you're boring. More me. I'm just
Oh yeah, we're not that interesting.
on some level, but not universally. But I think there's something to what you're saying.
Okay,
And
So,
nothing
you know what?
more
how would you
But I would
describe?
say-
Hold on. How would you describe it, Mike?
I would describe this as just like a butterfly net capturing some butterfly thoughts and butterfly kisses.
Oh my God! What the hell just happened?
You know what butterfly kisses
No, but
are?
but most of the time that isn't going to
that?
happen. You're not going to catch four.
You just got two
butterflies.
kittens.
you
You're
on
gonna know what
acid or
butterfly kittens are. Butterfly kisses are cat shit. It's when you take your cat and you're
Cat shit. What? Oh,
Yeah,
no,
you got it. You just got
All
a
right.
cat. You'll know
You'll know
what
soon.
butterfly kisses are all
like, you'll
about.
know soon enough.
I've had cats before.
Oh, yeah,
No, you got
have had
kittens,
never had
man.
butterflies.
You got kittens.
And you've never
7-week-old
So-
kittens.
You've never had the butterfly kiss
What the fuck is a butterfly kiss?
from your cat? The
One
little
day.
like
What they lick? They do like this.
the little
Oh,
this
the little-
thing.
No,
It's just little kisses with your cat. Little kisses
Okay.
to or from
No.
your cat.
no.
Different cat.
And I've had cats, but no. I didn't know they were called butterflies.
7-week-old.
Actually, I never called them.
kittens.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, I just realized. I thought you guys would.
I was just going along.
I thought you guys would really go past this about a minute ago, but you took it a little further.
No, you took it to the butterfly.
There's no way I'm
That's
illustrating, so you just
yeah.
got to take my word for it that it's a thing. It's a
You
thing.
made me lose my thought of my
Okay,
concentration.
Darren, how would you Darren?
Hey,
how would
that's
you
like-
describe this podcast?
It's like, oh,
How would you describe the new signal?
I'm enjoying it because it's another dimension into what we've been doing musically, and how we can actually we do like to talk about what we do, and actually it's a good way to get to know each other. So it's
Yeah.
been kind of fun in that way.
Yeah, I
And
think that's a really good point. Like, part of this podcast is like, yeah, it's a music podcast, and you listen to music, and you kind of see what music we make, and that has its own story. But there's also the story of just us four as people, and like you said, like actually our last podcast where we were like all just talking to each other, I like learned shit about you that I hadn't known up and until we actually sat down and talked about it.
Darren's from England.
Darren
Four of us have
Darren is
history.
from Middlesbrough, Yorkshire.
Well, thanks for remembering. Cool.
And they these two guys brought candies around all the time.
Sounds a little bit like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Chitty Chitty
We're
Bang
gonna
Bang.
get rid of the kids. Well, with the candy.
I don't
you know,
think. Yeah,
we
I've never
load you
seen
with candy.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. That's a classic.
Oh
though.
man, that's the spookiest weird movie ever.
Like for me, this podcast, it's not just about the music. It really has. To me, it's just. I look so forward to just hanging out with you guys, man. You're like family, and like we've known each other for shit. I've known you since '95.
Well, no, we
96,
96,
probably
98.
98. Okay, and
Okay,
then
so when did we all start?
I've-
When did we start playing
I've
together?
known Nat
So not much after.
since '99.
99.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like
when you lived in the loft.
right,
We had
and
the
it's
mil-
like
the whole millennial.
we all played together
thing
back
happened,
then.
you
But what was funny is like we met
here we are
each other
still.
because of like the house and house
Right.
electronic music scene in Chicago.
Right.
So it was kind of like an interesting, like, I don't know what the conversation was, but at some point it was like, hey, I've got these drums or whatever, or I play music. And you're like, oh, I play music too. Because
Right.
like I knew you as a DJ.
It's
like, and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, cool, let's play music.
It's natural.
And we just like, okay, I brought my drums over and we like jammed. And then like Mike and I had jammed maybe once before that. And we just got together and like,
And
it was
here we are.
fun. It was like
So-
whatever it was. And we played a lot. And then
Yeah.
Darren was there.
I was always hanging out,
Very- very
hovering in
early
the
on,
back,
too.
yeah, hovering around,
I remember like you brought Darren. It was like, hey, this is
Yeah.
my friend Darren.
soaking it up. The old guy trying to think he's still a young rocker.
And here we
Back
are.
then.
And here we are, like
We're still playing-
2017, and now we're sharing it with people. We're like, all right, you know what? Here, this is us practicing. This is what, little fuck ups here and there. But guess what? This is how we write. And then, you know what? Out of all these podcasts, it'd be cool to get some feedback from like people out there. Be like, hey, you know what, dude? I really like that track. And they're like, oh, maybe that'll
So
be
yeah,
something
if
we
you're
can work on.
if you're
you know?
listening to this, feel free to write us, send us emails.
How do you
We'll
find
do
it?
less of that stuff just to.
For now, you can email me at nat@thenewsignal.com. That's one way to get in touch with us. But yeah, we got to set up our social medias. YouTube is also good. Like if we post these on YouTube, people can comment under the video. And that's a thing.
Well, one thing at a time, fellas. I
Yeah.
think we should just enjoy this moment of, 4 people coming together and celebrating.
For older musicians
moment.
who are old, have been doing it for life.
That's
like a
true.
lifelong-
Okay. Do we
lifelong
want
obsession, I
to do we
guess.
want to reveal how old we each are?
No, hell no, dude.
I mean,
26.
Nobody needs to know that shit. Let's
I
just
don't
keep
know.
making
Okay.
music, bro.
I feel like
We can keep people
but the
guessing.
whole
I feel like the
cares?
less revealing,
It's not
the
important.
better. We can just not say anything. No, I'm just kidding.
Wipe that.
Yeah, for me, it's like
Well, although
let's
last
just
time,
keep,
Gabe,
let's just keep writing.
Mike and Darren talked a little bit about where they grew up. Would you like to share? Where did you grow up?
I was born in East Chicago, Indiana, and I grew up in Hammond, Indiana, which is in between. Hammond is in between Gary and East Side and Calumet City, part of Illinois.
So for those
So-
people who aren't from Chicago,
South-
Hammond
south-
is like kind of like
South
far from Chicago.
east part of Chicago suburbs.
And do people who live in Hammond like sort of go into Chicago a lot or work in Chicago? Or
Oh
like,
yeah, for sure, man. You make more money in the city, and then you go back to Hammond, pay less taxes. Well, that was back then. Now it's different. So taxes, Indiana, Illinois, it's almost the same. So, but yeah, that's where I'm from.
And how big is Hammond?
That's like 450,000.
450. So it's
big.
It's big, yeah.
It's pretty big. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And then if somebody got online right now and checked me, I don't give a fuck. Because I might be off. But that's the last time I checked, which was years ago.
It's like
that's what it is.
It's like
for
a million people,
plus or minus.
plus or minus.
Yeah, so I don't. But anyways, for me, I've always been connected to, growing up in Hammond, my thing was always to like go to the city, go to Chicago. And when I was young, I used, me and my friends, we should like steal our parents' cars because we just got a permit license, and we used to go out and drive out, without our parents out to the city so we could learn it. And our whole purpose of learning to get from Hammond to Chicago was to like, pretty much like, all right, if we ever have a date and we want to show off, like we could like, hey man, take them out to the city.
Go to Chicago.
You go to city,
Yeah.
And we actually finally, we got caught once.
Okay, so if you go out, we're going out to Chicago night, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Where in Chicago do you go?
My first time driving my parents' car to Chicago, we went to a Heartthrob concert, and we took our
What concert?
Heartthrob music, like freestyle.
What's Heartthrob
It's like freestyle.
Freestyle, like hip hop, or
Freestyle, like kind of like electronic, like love music.
what does it sound like? It could be like
It's got a lot of hip hop beats, but it's got
so
like all the
give me
lyrics are about.
Give me the rhythm.
It's got hip hop beats, but it's got all the lyrics are all about love and like breaking up and like like that kind of style. But anyways,
So was there like a lot of synths on top?
oh yeah, a lot of sense. But anyways, we took our girlfriends out. My dad let me use a van. And we thought that we were the shit, because we were like, we're going to Chicago. But if it wasn't for all those times we snuck the car out, that's the only reason I knew how to drive in Chicago, So it's kind of weird, But yeah, growing up in Hammond, me personally, I always wanted to escape because we lived around the oil refineries and we're
Yeah,
just
pretty,
out there
it's
in
pretty industrial.
Yeah, very industrial. So I was like, man, Chicago was a big deal, So yeah, that's where I'm from, man.
Throw out a word, anything. Give us something to chew on.
Oh, you gotta give somebody a topic and they have
By association, the idea that your navigation through this world is by association somehow compromised because you are connected with somebody.
Ooh, that's there's a lot of layers going on there.
A lot of layers.
There's a lot of layers.
I thought
going
you were
on.
going deep. I was
No,
trying
that's
to
good.
Just like
I'm not. Hey,
you know how you know somebody, and because you know that person, somebody else finds out. Oh, you know that person, and then you're like, "Is that okay?" And they're like, that person's weird. I can't be around that person." And then I'm like, really? And then they have a totally legit reason, but I'm like, oh, that's weird. Is it bad that I don't have that reason to hang out? You know?
Is there a specific situation you're thinking about right now?
I can't go into details. It's just a circumstance.
Yeah.
That's everyone's been there. Probably not for a while, but once in a while.
It sounded amazing for a minute.
I think what Mike is talking about is like some 3 degrees of separation shit.
Can you step on those cables again?
Yeah. That doesn't count as my topic, by the way. That was a pretty lame topic.
Okay.
I thought it was cool. A little deep. But.
No, but Nat put me on the spot. I don't have another topic right now, but I'm just saying I'll come back.
We should have flashcards with one word.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Somebody's got
Makes it
to
easier.
give me that word. I could think of a lot of words.
What does apple pie mean to you these days?
Flawed.
Does it?
I'm gonna say flawed.
Flawed. Okay.
Flawed. Flawed. Not fraud. Not frog.
Not the name of somebody.
Flawed. And by we I mean everything is flawed. So we live in a flawed world.
So how do you deal with flaws? Do you...
Everybody on their own terms.
Because some flaws are worse than other flaws.
Big time.
Some flaws hurt other people.
But if you face your own flaws, you know what it's like to have to do that.
I think...
and I think you think differently about other people. If you avoid your own flaws, then you just assume other people need to do the same thing.
I believe in flaws, and I think... the one thing that I really like, me and my sister talked about this all the time, about you gotta live your life, you gotta think positive. I'm like, fuck that. You gotta enjoy your negatives. If you don't enjoy your negatives, you're gonna fucking just be phony motherfucker. You have to realize every human being has flaws, and at the same time we're awesome at times, But
yeah.
I just love the fact that when you can accept the dark and the light, that to me that means everything. Don't ever
Yeah, I don't trust people who are happy all the time.
God, yeah.
Yeah, that's cultish.
It's
Right?
if you're trying to squash emotions that are natural, you're fucked, dude.
Sometimes you just gotta cram shit down there, and you gotta know that that's okay. And sometimes hanging out with the right people means, you know what? It's okay to just kind of bury everything so deep that you never have to talk about it, but you do, and you whatever.
I say thank you guys for letting me be miserable sometimes and allowing me to show it. That's pretty
Come on,
important.
Darren. You're like, dude.
You're miserable.
Darren, your
It's not
family,
very
bro.
easy to do.
Your family, bro.
Cheers.
We're here.
Don't forget to take out the garbage.
Yeah, I do it well.
I took out the garbage today
I get paid for
because I thought about Mike, and I was like, if Mike comes in here and sees that can full,
I
Oh,
appreciate
you're
it.
talking about here? Okay.
I
do it. For
Actually,
a
I
living.
do the
It's
same
a
thing.
job.
I'm like, I think about Mike. I'm like, he's gonna yell.
Some
at
people
me.
have higher levels of standards of what they require to be
He's right though.
clean.
It was funny how
Cleanliness is
before though,
godliness, right?
when I found something over there, I just opened the door and threw it.
I
Threw it
think
in the hall.
that's his protest.
I was just like, fuck the garbage can. Throw it in the hallway.
You don't have to march anymore. You just throw it in the hallway.
Throw it in the hallway. Who gives a shit? Throw it in the hallway. Who gives a shit? Throw it in the hallway. Who gives a shit? Who does?
I had some flaws the other night. It's really good. Put it with a little ice cream.
Flaws with ice cream.
Some raspberries.
Flaws taste best with
Frosted
vanilla
flaws.
ice cream.
Frosted flaws. They're
Sugar coats
so
truth.
great.
They're
Not so great.
okay.
Yeah, right. Hey, we had Tony the Tiger everywhere, right?
Not so great.
Did you have Tony the Tiger in Canada?
Oh, big time.
Yeah, we had it in England. He was a superhero.
He was the best. I thought he was.
My dad, who never was supposed to eat sugar, that was his thing.
You didn't. Okay,
Tony
look,
the Tiger convinced a whole
When
generation
you-
of kids to eat sugar.
Right.
Listen, when you watch that guy on TV, for me, I knew he wasn't a real thing in the real world, but to me, he was a real thing. Like, and he sold something and took up part of my head.
Sugar. Dude, talk about, like, let's get real here, bro. Like, we were fucking, our parents, they had no idea. You know what my mom used to do, dude? She had no idea. She used to, like, give us strawberries, and then we would dip them in sugar, and then just eat them.
Oh yeah, we did that too.
Oh, yeah, so there you go.
It's
like,
good, though.
dude,
Sugar and strawberry.
Tastes good.
I need one right
They're not
now.
nice.
I got a peanut butter cup.
My mom used to buy bags of Reese's peanut butter cups,
Yeah.
and I would just like chow on those things. Like,
They had no idea what they were
oh
doing
my god,
to us.
it was so good though.
And then they're wondering why we're all fucked up.
Oh, we're not fucked up.
Oh, fuck
Dude,
that.
sugar-
Maybe a little,
sugar's the
fatter
worst.
than we need to be.
Well, the sugar's the worst, dude.
So, Darren, do you have a word or a topic for us?
Shipping.
Shipping. Oh man, that hits close to
Yeah,
home,
That's
doesn't
a
it?
deep one, yeah.
Shipping is crazy right now, man. Like, we were just talking about Amazon earlier, like how you just like, fuck, I'll just buy it off of Amazon. And you just get, so now the expectation, like when we grew up, you had to go out and buy, you had to go to the store to buy your shit. Now it's like you just fucking
But the thing is,
click
no.
on some shit and they deliver
Don't
it to
think
you.
of it that way.
comes
Think
to
of it think of it this way. It's one way that speeds up this thing that you otherwise would have spent time on.
Oh, yeah, totally.
But it's not replaced by the same thing. It just takes it off the table so that you have all this other time. And now, what do you do with that time?
Yeah.
That's what you're trading it
Buy
for.
more shipping.
You're not trading
Yeah.
it for quicker. You're trading it for more other stuff. So, what are you doing with that other stuff?
So it's very interesting.
Thrones?
It's very interesting that you say that. And right now, I have an uncle, my dad's brother, visiting. He's 62, and it's funny. My mom and him, they do the same shit with their cell phones, and it pisses me and my sister.
What do they do?
They shut it off. They only turn it on when they need to talk to people,
Ah.
and it pisses everyone else off because like, dude, we're trying to
it's
get
a
a hold of you.
landline.
They're like, and it's funny, exactly.
Hey man,
Back
you
to that
gotta-
landline. That
I know
whole-
I'm kind of probably a little bit of an asshole on this topic, but like,
No.
I like not being like I like not
Dude.
being in touch. Like,
Me too.
I hate having to answer every text message. Like that's why I don't answer it sometimes.
So I don't know, like for
Because it's
this,
like I just
It's not necessary.
yeah.
for
Knew
this
it wasn't
session,
necessary for years.
we gotta get back to just the basics, man. Like it's just too
shipping?
much. It's too much.
So
I
less
like-
shipping
I
or
like-
more shipping?
Okay, that's a good one because check it out. I just got these kitties, and now we're like, dude, it'd be nice. Amazon.
Yeah, you know what's really nice?
They're
Hold on,
deliver
hold
shit
on.
every month.
I'm gonna
but
I'm gonna fucking blow your mind
Wait,
right.
wait, wait,
Hold
wait,
on.
let me
I'm gonna
finish.
blow your mind right now. Fucking order cat litter and cat food through Amazon.
I know that. That's
Oh my
what I was
God.
about to say.
It's the best.
That's what
Shipping, right?
You don't have to go anywhere. It'll come every month. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
I already know that.
Poop.
Yeah.
Cat litter, especially, that's the worst. Like, you just want it to arrive at your door and just
Yeah.
like,
It's weird to go and pay $10 for a box of something that's specifically designed to pick up shit with. So you're just like, I'm paying you $10 and I'll see you in a month after I picked up this much shit.
Right, right.
But
My-
hey,
my
we
cat-
went from shipping to shitting.
Mike had a. Thanks.
Nice, that was a
Thanks,
roll.
Gabe.
What are you doing over there? What's going on?
Yeah, there's a lot of cables going on. See, that's why we do have to clean up every time because like it's
Should
just
we
like,
take pictures? Like,
no, it's just so much.
no, but
look
should
at
we
that.
take
Look at
pictures?
this. This is like spaghetti right now.
What is? Who is that? Who owns all that stuff? Like, where did that come from?
But wait, dude, that's what makes it our space.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't have
We should put pictures up for our podcast.
Yeah, we should put. Yeah.
I mean,
we
you
should
know,
put
let
pictures.
people see where we are and what we do and where we.
Yeah, we could
create
do a.
kind of thing.
If I were more ambitious, I could have done a vlog tonight about your new drum set.
Oh well, yeah, my drum set, DW frequent flyer, all American maple shells, designed by Peter Erskine. It's all lightweight travel. It's a beautiful kit, man. In the recording today, I hope you got some good takes.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see if it sounds different from your other drum set.
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
I don't know.
I think it will.
I think it should. I mean, it's a different drum set, right?
You got a stunt double to play.
Different shell sizes. I mean, yeah. I'm curious. Can't wait to hear your.
There's a lot more room for everybody.
I love
else.
the size, man. You know, the size is just perfect.
There's no more. What's his name from Rush?
Neil Peart.
No more Neil Peart
No,
framework.
man. It's time to go small. Keep it small. Keep it tight. Keep it simple.
Small or go home.
It's awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's always.
It's been years
Golf-
and wanting
golf
to
clap.
buy another kit. You know.
Anytime anyone
Give me a
buys
golf clap.
anytime anyone of us buys new gear, we should celebrate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a big
Especially if they
perk.
like-
Yeah.
Buying new gear
Like
is-
Mike
is,
bought his juke.
Especially we're so picky
Yeah, man.
these days.
That's
Yeah. Wow,
I remember when Mike bought it, he's like, I'm going to
sounds
take
like-
it back. I'm going to take it back. And then no,
That sounds
he
like
kept it.
vaguely
got to
offensive.
record
Like
with
saying
it.
that, we're just like, Mike's got his juke. It's just like,
No.
who?
No, dude, that's what it is.
is that racist?
No, it's not racist. So
It sounds like it could be
okay,
racist.
so
though.
what
Just-
hangs out with the
Phonetics,
Duke?
Mr. Phonetics.
Hang out with the Duke.
Where does that come from? That name? Like, what's the history on that?
The name I don't know, but the company I know. The guy he's retired now, but he made them one handmade in New Hampshire.
I like the design.
He actually emailed me, even though he's retired. He still makes about 4 a year.
Wow.
He made a bunch every year for a while, and we used to work for companies. And I guess this is like his version of what he thought would be a good amp.
Nice.
So it's
It
a
sounds
boutique
great.
amp. Yeah, I love it.
And I like the design at the front, how he's got the angle.
It's a little off.
Yeah, I love it.
Little off.
That's
my,
cool.
My buddy Curtis, when he saw that, he's just drooled.
Really.
Like, I mean, not lit, but he stopped in his tracks.
Mike's amp.
Oh, dude.
Oh my
He's
God!
awesome.
Because you don't see him you see him in the store, but in a room being played by somebody who invested in it, he's very impressed with that.
No, I'm glad you kept it, dude. It's a really nice investment.
Me too.
Yeah,
Me too.
You know, that's what's cool is like as we grow as a band, we're always investing and like, I want like my next thing is buy new cymbals. I've had these Dark K custom Zildjian cymbals since 90, maybe like 98. Man, these guys they've taken beatings. They've been through parties. They've been through concerts. They still sound sick as fuck. And I'm like, man, when I go to a drum store and I walk into the cymbal room, I'm overwhelmed. And I'm like, all right, I want a new sound. You get a new kit, you want a new sound.
And
It's
then
like-
Bring that one with you.
It's overwhelming. It's
Do you know what kind of sound you might be going for right now?
Do they have a no symbol?
definitely dry, dark, dark.
So not super, not
heavy,
not really bright.
No,
Yeah.
I just don't
Like
get
you don't
into
like
bright.
that sort of like, tss, like
No.
kind of like.
How do you not get a bright symbol?
I
You
have a
work
hard-
for it. You got to work for it.
Yeah, I have a hard time hitting bright cymbals.
But isn't
You know
that
what?
a
I
symbol
think
is?
I'll hit them softly if I have a bright cymbal.
I think because you like to hit your cymbals hard, so like having darker. Because if you hit bright cymbals really hard, it's just like overwhelms
it's
the drum
overwhelming.
set,
White noise almost.
right?
Yeah.
So like
and
if
the
you-
kind of music that we write,
Right.
and it's doesn't really fit the style.
and if you want to hit the cymbals harder, getting
Yeah.
a little bit duller.
So
cymbals.
like bigger, bigger diameter, like just dry, heavy, where you could just wail on it, and it's just like there's nothing coming out.
is a somewhat bittersweet day for me. Mostly sweet, but it's the last day with my old apartment from the last 7 years. I give up the
really?
keys. Yep.
Oh, wow.
So I have to have the last things
When
out.
you have
I
a
gotta-
disco, isn't it?
What's that?
You have a disco, everything's empty, you just get the flashing lights.
Throw a big
Yeah,
party.
dude, why are we
Yeah.
throwing a
Everybody
party?
dances
dude?
in every
Why are we
room.
sitting here?
Yeah, well, you could if you want. I'll give you the keys. You can throw it.
Yeah.
Don't say it, man. I got Sophie's birthday.
Yeah.
No, so whatever. It's actually not a big deal, but it's like, it just creeps in my mind. Like, okay, saying goodbye. But I'm keeping the garage on the same courtyard, so in a way, it's kind of semi-out.
Congratulations on your new home.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, man.
It's exciting.
It's a
big-
surreal,
Yours to do what you
surreal
wish.
existence.
It's not his yet.
You got to
No.
pretend it is, otherwise it's fine.
No, a lot
For
of-
all intents and purposes, it's yours.
Until
I have first right of refusal.
Yeah.
Is basically
It's not someone else's.
if the world.
until like
The only person who can kick you out is like the bank, I guess, right?
well,
I'm sure there's others, but you
dude.
know,
So there's
mark
history
that.
in Chicago about how they ran these expressways through the city, dude. They bought up the shit. They're like, you got to go. We're gonna run the expressway right through here, man. And they just
That's interesting because we're like 2
Yeah,
blocks.
we already
Yeah,
got the expressway over us, so I don't see there being more expressway.
But if they said like one day they're like it just has to expand, we
Yeah.
have to buy out this.
Yeah,
whole
that's
development.
true.
they'll throw money your way.
yeah.
Just
That's just how.
But
it
they
is.
won't give you market rate.
no, they'll have to give me more.
Yeah,
Oh, you're gonna
Hold out,
yeah.
yeah.
Power to the people.
right? I mean, they can't force you to sell it unless it's like I don't know. I have no idea. This is all new to me.
It's gonna
It
be.
still feels like
it'll be
I'm
like on
renting.
WGN News. The new I-94 expansion expressway is being held up by
Mike
a
Nourse.
single individual who lives in Pilsen.
Yeah,
Mike
dude.
Nourse,
I won't give up.
80 years old, saying he won't give up his land.
I'm never moving. Here's my new song about never moving. I'm staying here. Don't care what you say.
This has been an episode of The New Signal. If you like this podcast, please tell your friends, subscribe, rate, and review. It's almost, what time is it? 1 o'clock in the morning?
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, it probably is.
Okay. 1 o'clock in the morning. Signing off. See you next time.